Sasuke Uchiha versus Kenpachi Zaraki. Who wins and is it close? Let's get into it. Before we begin, I'll only be using anime and manga versions of these characters, and the verses will be equalized so they will be able to see and interact with each other. So let's first start by scaling Sasuke's AP. During the 4th Great Ninja War, Naruto and Sasuke face a very powerful opponent by the name of Kaguya. And the reason that this is important is because they later surpassed Kaguya in power by quite a bit. And for this to be even impressive, we gotta figure out how powerful Kaguya really is. So as we know, Kaguya has many dimensions which she created or formed in some sort of way. And these dimensions are small in any way, they actually contain moons and even stars inside of them. And assuming Kaguya did create all of this, she would scale easily upwards of large star level. Now that we know how strong Kaguya really is, how exactly is Sasuke stronger than her? Well, as we know, Naruto and Sasuke are generally always equals as their rivals, and during the last movie, Naruto defeated Tsunade, a very powerful character who's directly stated to be stronger than Kaguya. And as an adult in the Boruto era, he gets way more powerful, so Sasuke should scale upwards of soul system level. Now for Kenpachi. So as we know, Kenpachi is very powerful. His main scaling will come from his fight against Grammy because that's where he performed his best feats. During their fight, Grammy created a giant meteor which was hurling down at the Sarate. And eventually Kenpachi did destroy this meteor, which is insanely impressive, but how impressive is it exactly? Grammy's meteor was roughly calculated on small planetary as it contained 30 to 60 zetatons of TNT. And this would easily put Kenpachi's AP upwards into the small planetary ranges. But this isn't Kenpachi's only good feat during this fight. During the later half of their fight, Grammy teleported Kenpachi to space where he was dying as he couldn't breathe. And this is where Kenpachi performed his controversial feat of cutting through space. And because of this feat, a lot of people like to say that Kenpachi is galaxy level, and some even say universal, but that's not true. Because you can't necessarily scale to your hacks. Like Grammy creating a galaxy doesn't mean he can attack someone with a galaxy level of force. And the same can be said about Kenpachi, since his blade allows him to cut through anything and you can't scale to your hacks, so him cutting space wouldn't really scale him anywhere. Now let's look at their speed. First let's start off with Sasuke. Sasuke should pretty easily be fast and light. We can use Naruto to help scale his speed. Naruto in many instances dodged FTL speed attacks. An example of this is when he dodged Madra's Light Fang beam at point blank range. And to actually do this, you need to be fast and light, or even a few times fast and light. But on a low ball, Sasuke is consistently a few times FTL at minimum. Now as for Kenpachi's speed, he should be much faster than Sero's, as they were basically light speed attacks shown near the beginning of the series, and he's gotten much faster since then. And with his Shika and all the other forms, he should be around Sasuke's speed at a few times FTL on a low ball as well. Now before we get into who actually wins this fight, let's talk about their abilities. Kenpachi doesn't exactly have many abilities, he just mainly utilizes swords in battle. Now Sasuke on the other hand has a whole catalog of abilities. Sasuke with the Sharingan can use Genjutsu based attacks. He can also use Amaterasu and a Susanoo. With his Rinnegan, however, he can use Planetary Devastation, which is a very powerful attack. He can also steal people's soul, and he can also switch places with objects or other people. So because of all these abilities, Sasuke has a lot of ways to fight and counter Kenpachi's abilities. But now for the main question, who actually wins in a one-on-one fight, Kenpachi or Sasuke? Both are capable of winning in their own respective ways, but I'm gonna give the edge to Sasuke. Sasuke has multiple one-shot abilities which he could easily land on Kenpachi, and Kenpachi doesn't exactly have a counter to them. And as for Kenpachi's win condition, which would be him landing his blade on Sasuke, since it's a durability negation ability, it would instantly one-shot Sasuke. But it's pretty unlikely to land since Sasuke is too much of a tricky fighter for Kenpachi to deal with. Sasuke is going to constantly be moving around, switching places with Kenpachi, and it's just going to be too much for him to deal with. So I'm going to say Sasuke would win 9 times out of 10 in this fight, and the one time Kenpachi does win would be with his blade, and if he figures out how to perfectly land it when Sasuke teleports towards him. However, the outcome could change depending on how you skill Kenpachi. I just think he is around the planetary ranges, as that's what I think is the most consistent for him. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you guys want to see more of these types of videos. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, peace.